Okay, we're back here at Barefoot Survival Gear, and what we're going to do today is we're actually going to build a holster. It's a in the waistband holster that we actually make. We're actually going to be making it for this particular model. It's the Ruger LCP in 380. This one is double action only. It belongs to one of my customers, and he wants a in the waistband holster. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually show you a little bit how we actually make these. This is one that we made before. This is the cutout, left or right, and then this front and back, left or right hand only. This is one that I made up myself. I actually drew this out and produced this holster from it. This is a in the waistband holster, very common holster that we actually make. This is all leather construction. Nylon stitching. Everything is done by hand, and we also make the ones with the Kydex front leather backing. We'll show how those are made later on in another video, but today we're going to run through this one and show you how we make a holster for that particular model. Okay, so what I've done here is I've actually taken our pattern and I've adjusted it. In other words, I've actually cut some places out here to make room for the handgun, because what you're going to want is a way to actually grab onto this gun. This is not a big handgun by any means, so therefore the holster is not going to be as big as well, but it is meant for concealment. So that's what we're looking for, is a way to place this gun in a holster to where we're going to be able to get a hold of it. So that's basically what you're going to see right there. Here in a minute I'm fixing to get some leather and we're going to start tracing out this pattern. Okay, so what I've done here is I've actually taken our pattern and I've placed them on the leather that we're going to be using to cut out. And since this is a right-hander's model, we're doing it in this this fashion right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop the tape again, and we're going to cut these two out, and then we're going to kind of go from there. Let you see what we're doing. Okay, so now what we've done here is we've actually cut these out with our cutter, and I actually took them over to the belt sander and sanded some of them around so we get some smoother edges. And we're actually going to apply the gun right here in the center and just kind of take an eyeball at it and see about where we are, and that's about where we're going to be. Now the design might change just a little bit according on what kind of profile we're actually looking for. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take and do some gluing. So let me prepare that here, and we'll show you what we got. Okay, so what we have here, we got our glue, and we're just going to put this right down here. We're going to spread it, and this is actually going to take about an hour and a half to dry, something like that, before we can actually start working on this. Here like that, and I like to put the glue on and place everything together, let it get a good seal before I come back and do my sewing. So let's do that. Place that right over on the top. And we're not too worried about it being perfectly straight and even, because what we're going to do, we're actually going to come back and And once we get this glued in everything, we're going to come back and actually do a real good sand all the way around. So let's get these things on, get it tightened down, and we're going to actually hold it at this angle so it will actually have a little bit of a bend in it. So we'll actually get this thing tightened down, and we'll be back. Okay, so what we've done here, we actually let this dry. We let it seal up real good. I took my belt sander and actually sanded everything very smooth all the way around. And this will actually smooth up a lot more once we get the color, because we're going to go black with this. Customer actually wants black. But right now I'm going to go ahead and start my grooves, start my cuts for my sewing, and then we'll start making some holes in this thing and get this thing sewn up. Anyway, we'll be right back here in the next few minutes. Thanks. Okay, so now I've actually made my my lines. I'm going to make my stitching holes so I can stitch this thing. First off, I'll have to get these holes drilled out, and once we do that, we can start stitching. I've been doing these type holsters for about 3 years, and had a lot of customers, return customers. I sell some of these on Craigslist here in the Houston area, and I've also have an internet site that we've been working on with Cattleman's Leather Works. But since we do Barefoot survival gear, well, we kind of put our new holsters on there, which is our hybrids, and we'll show you some of those. Matter of fact, I have one here that I'm fixing to start for another customer. We basically pre-cut a lot of these out as blanks. Here's our clips that will go here and here once this holster starts taking its shape. This is the basic shape, still needs to be sanded. This is a rough shape. Here's a printout of the gun, and what we'll do, these have already been pre-made by us, and what we'll do is we'll start putting this together later, and then we'll actually color the back as well as the front again, but that's in another video. Let me start my drill process, and we'll take you through that area here in just the next few minutes, and we'll let you see the finished product. Basically, I'll go ahead and start one. So I'll go ahead and stop it right here, and we'll pick up once this thing's done.